If you're here, if you're watching this, it's probably because you're in this space of this life is pretty good, but it's not what I truly desire. It's not at that like epic level that I truly crave at spirit level. So from the outside, maybe your life looks good enough. Like other people would say, oh my gosh, you should be so grateful. You should be so happy with what you've created. But maybe lately, deep down, you feel like something just isn't quite clicking. Something just isn't quite right. Or at a really deep level, you feel that you're just being capped somehow and you don't even know why. So today I want to walk you through the real reasons that you quote feel stuck in good and what you can start doing when your spirit, when your soul is asking you for more. So let's talk about this quiet frustration that you're holding inside when you're with your friends, when you're with your family, and maybe you even feel as though you're in a more privileged position than them, but deep down you're really feeling inside, I should be happy, I should be so grateful, I am so lucky, but something still feels off. You are not ungrateful and you are not broken. You have just hit what I call an energetic upper limit. So here are some of the symptoms that you know you've hit this energetic upper limit. You keep looping in the same feelings of boredom and restlessness and knowing that you want more, but you don't exactly know what that is. You're craving something so much bigger than what you currently have, like a vision that maybe isn't completely clear to you, or maybe it is when you close your eyes and you imagine that dream reality, maybe you can see it really clearly, but at the same time, you're really scared to disrupt what you currently have. You also feel like there is this more powerful version of you deep down, like you can feel her in your spirit, in the core of your being, but when you show up in real life, it's like, where did she go? And you just don't know how to reach her. If this sounds familiar, this is not a midlife crisis. This is actually just your next level of self, your next level of reality calling to you. And the problem isn't your ambition. It's just that you're not quite yet an energetic match to the version of you that you need to be in order to embody that next level, iconic level version of you. So here's the thing that most mindset work, most subconscious reprogramming work misses. Your reality is always a match to your energetic identity, your core energy. So when you start to desire more, which is, by the way, not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. It's your higher self being like, hey, look, you can actually reach those higher levels. But when you start to desire more, but you keep on hitting up against a resistance, it's because you have not yet fully let go of who you've been, and you've not yet fully energetically embodied the version of you that you need to be in order to reach that next level. So this is where a lot of the confusion sets in, and you start to wonder, why am I stuck? I've done the work, I've healed. And the truth is this: you've reached the threshold or the edge of your current energetic container. You've outgrown the frequency of your current reality, but you haven't quite activated the next level version of you. This is the threshold. This is the invisible upper limit energetically. And if you don't commit to that shift, you're going to keep on hitting the same cycles of almost breakthroughs, almost launching, almost receiving, almost expanding, and then shrinking right back. So how do you move past that edge? It is not about actually doing more. It's about energetically being more of who you need to be. So let me walk you through just simple 3 little shifts that you can start doing today. Shift 1, just give yourself the full permission to want more. Give yourself the full permission to want more. I see this happen a lot in clients where they somehow feel like they know that they're meant for more. They know that they can do more, but they actually feel guilty or like uncomfortable stating to themselves that this is what they truly desire. Desire is not greed. Desire is guidance, because closing the energetic gap between who you are and what you have right now and the desire and the person that you would need to be in order to get that desire, that's actually a spiritual journey. If you do it correctly, which a lot of people don't always do, so then it doesn't really work. But if you do it correctly, it's actually like an incredible spiritual journey of closing that energetic gap, of remembering you're limitless, of coming into your true creational power, of coming home to who you were always meant to be. So wanting more is not a betrayal of your current life. It's not a betrayal of you. It's actually in alignment with your next level version of self that you are meant to be. So here's a question that I want you to ask yourself. What would I be asking for if I didn't let guilt get in the way, if I didn't censor myself with logic, what would I truly be asking for? And the next step you can start doing is stop negotiating with the old version of you. The version of you, yes, that has made it this far, but she doesn't have the codes to get to the next level. So you have to stop asking her for permission. You have to stop playing in the old strategies, playing in the old identities, the old stories, and instead collapse into the unknown. Because quantum leaps do not come from the mind, and they do not happen from certainty and control, which is how most people try to manifest great things. But they actually first happen from a decision to shift into that next level version of self, and then a detachment from how it actually comes into your reality by shifting into that more feminine frequency of the void, that feminine frequency of the surrender of the anything is possible. That's the quantum void. And here's another little shift that I want you to sit with. Regulate the frequency of expansion within yourself. Here's where most women stop themselves. They feel inspired by the expansion, right? They even start to take the next step toward the expansion, and as they really start to taste it, just as they're about to break through, they end up contracting. Because why? Because it's scary, it's unfamiliar. They think they're doing something wrong because it feels too open, it feels too free, it feels too surrendered, too unsupported. So your nervous system actually has to be trained to wanting to embody that next level version, wanting to receive more, wanting to feel safe in your pleasure, wanting to hold the visibility that you want, wanting to hold the wealth that you want, wanting to hold the pleasure that you desire from those things. And this is exactly what I teach in my energetic embodiment work, especially in the Divine Feminine Method and in QSA, because your new life cannot appear, your new self cannot land if your current identity is still rejecting it. But here's the thing, this is all a really good sign if you find yourself in this place, because it means that you are ready to go to that next level. It just means that you are being called forward to release the fear, release the old, release the control, release the attachment to what you think you want, how you think it needs to happen, because again, that's just going to come from your old identity that's gotten you this far, but it's not going to take you to that quantum jump into that new identity that's going to take you to that next level of leadership, that next level of being an icon, that next level of influence. So by the way, if any part of this video resonated with you, know that if you're feeling the symptoms of feeling bored or questioning yourself, questioning your purpose, questioning why you don't feel fulfilled by the same things that used to excite you, know that you are not being punished. You're just being prepared. And it also means that your next level of life is knocking at your door. It's here. It's just waiting for you to step into the next level version of you and the next level frequency of you who can hold it. So if you are ready to become this next level version, you can apply below to work with me in QSA. Once you're inside QSA, you are going to get access to the Divine Feminine Method, where I talk all about the energetics of coming into your feminine in order to welcome in those quantum shifts, because quantum shifting is inherently a very feminine process. Actually, it might sound very masculine, but the last part of the quantum shift is actually very feminine. And if you happen to, let's say, be wearing a masculine mask, or you're used to wearing that like really controlled mask and that like layers of control and layers of attachment and all these things, it's really hard to make that transition and really quantum shift, because you're attaching to the old identity, you're attaching to the mind that created your reality up until this point, and you're wanting that to take you up here, but actually you have to let all of that go in order to be able to open the portal to that next level. So if you're ready to stop circling and break through it in a safe container, then you can apply below. But if you're watching this, I want you to know that you are already on the edge, and it's just up to you to cross it.